All right, we're matched up for round 2. We are 1-0. See how it goes. Roloni. Play first. Okay. This hand's a little light on action, but Brainstorm is a super sweet card. So I'm going to start with the Thoughtseize and decide if we need to play out this Petal or not. Delver, Preordain, Lightning Bolt. Alright, we will take Delver because that's how we lose. And I'm not going to play out the Petal because he's not playing Thoughtseize. He's playing Basic Mountain in his deck, so consider it a burn deck with Dazes and Force of Wills, basically. All right, let's check if he kept one in his hand. Never lucky. Always complaining, never lucky. What are we looking for? Not Phoenix's, Flusterstorm. Or Thoughtseize. So we can't have Force of Will and Daze. So it's safe to just fire off this Thoughtseize here off of a basic, because why not? This time I think we can take the Bolt. Seems okay. Because now we're not going to lose to that Delver. Feeling a little lucky this game. A lot of people have said that the Delver matchups are pretty easy, but I find that you die to Delver and Dazes and things while you're digging. Not that it's a bad matchup, but I find it very close and not super easy. This could be like a Badlands, but I think at this point doesn't really matter what I got. Don't think he can come back from this. And I don't want to get Price of Progress plus like bolted out or something silly. Okay. Although I think UR Delver might be the weakest of the Delver decks, it is still a bit scary because they can kill you very quickly. Okay. We only saw Delver in Basic, so I'm thinking it's a UR Delver deck. We don't know if it's a Prowess Delver deck or like the new Young Pyromancer with Terrible Mander in it. Not so sure. So that being said, basically I don't like anything in my sideboard. I do like this, and I don't like a Braid as an answer to creatures, but it answers Cage as well, so you bring it in. So I think it's just those three. I like Fork Bolt, probably. Young Pyromancer's pretty good, and Dark Confidant's at its worst in this matchup, so I can cut 2 of those. Thoughtseize is also not the best. There's a few cards here that aren't great. Could bring in Crater Maker, but it's really only good against Delver. It hacks, flashes back Therapy. It's definitely consideration. Dark Confidant's quite bad. Don't really need Echoing Truth. Steadcaster, too likely to be a dud against Prowess creatures. So we'll run it like this. I do think you generally just want to discard and combo quickly against UR Delver because of how quickly they can kill you with their bolts and things. Grixis Delver, a little bit grindier, I think. We'll see. This hand's tempting. If it had a Thoughtseize in it, I would straight up keep it. Then I'd lose to like a Cage, maybe? this was a land or a Thoughtseize or a Cabal Therapy, potentially, I would keep this because this is a turn 1. But without the land, I have to mulligan it. It's a bunch of cantrips, I guess I'll keep. Don't really think that's what I want to be doing. They have a lot of burn. Put that on the bottom. Need to find something else. Okay, firing off spells. Counters them, that's alright. Put both of those on top. It's putting me pretty close to where I want to be. Other than this basic and this volcanic. Could be awkward, but we'll see. Hopefully he plays like a young Pyromancer or nothing here. Okay. So I could brainstorm and see if he has a daze. Better yet. Problem with preordaining is I'm still going to be... If the brainstorm resolves, it's great because it could help me set up my mana the way I want it to be. And if it doesn't, it gets a daze out of his hand. If I cast preordain, he's not going to daze that. And it doesn't fix my mana. But it might be a better play. And I have to fetch to Thoughtseize. I'm not sure. So if he dazes the brainstorm... I mean, he certainly has a daze. Or surgical. Alright, I guess I can play around daze. Fix my mana. It's not ideal. Alright. Since I have 2 Thoughtseizes and get another basic here. I'm not sure if he's playing Price Progress or Wasteland. I'm guessing he's playing Wasteland since he has a Pyromancer in his deck. This always hurts, but if he dazes it, it's 1 less damage. He's thinking about it. Forcing it. Okay, well that tells me he definitely doesn't have the daze then. So he just has the force and the surgical, I guess. So that means I can try and actively try and go off next turn, I think. I mean, that's the plan, I'm pretty sure. Other than, again, this volcanic's a little awkward. So I might... Okay, that's great. Gonna play the Underground Sea and cast the Thoughtseize. I'm assuming he has surgical and not like Flusterstorm and surgical based on how he played. If he surgical's here, I'm definitely brainstorming in response because he's trying to take the brainstorm. It's a bad play, I'm pretty sure. I guess he could go for the preordain. Okay, he does have Flusterstorm. That's interesting. Interesting and a little weird. He might have drawn it. It's a little scary because I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage here. If he dazes this, then he definitely drew the daze and not the surgical. If he spell pierces, I'm surprised he jammed the Young Pyromancer on turn 2. Although I guess the Forcible is a nice little bit of backup there. I guess now he could... He's bolting me. Alright, yeah, I definitely need to combo next turn because this is taking the last card out of his hand and putting me down very low. No card. Okay. So it was just Fluster and Forcible as his interaction. We can win this. The Brainstorm or... Alright. Forked Bolt would be great. Although not perfect. Because we're still on a 2-turn clock at that point. Let's preordain first. Put it on the bottom. So this one can see 4. We're seeing 4 either way. So if we bottom this, we see 1, and then we see 3. If we top this, we can see up to 4. I think it doesn't matter, because we really need to hit right now or we're dead. I guess if we bottom this, that means we could hit a forked bolt and just do that. But then we're dead to a bolt. I think I like the potentially hitting a forked bolt here and seeing the same number of cards. It's another decent draw, I guess. Gives us a second, 1 extra card off of this second brainstorm. Or I guess we should have brainstormed first. Shoot. Should have used the brainstorm with the pedal. That was a mistake. Pedal, and then we could fetch and see an extra 3 extra cards as opposed to 1. It's a pretty big deal. But we didn't do that. If we play Young Pyromancer, we can block with it. But we're dead to a spell. Or we get to see 1 card. It has to be. I think we just want to see the 1 card and have this over with. I think if he untaps, we're dead to any spell, and yeah. 3, 4, 5, and we can't fetch, so yeah. All right, I made a mistake there. Not sure if it cost me. Let's see if we would have seen. I mean, we would have shuffled, so there's no way to really know. Let's see. 1 more. No. No. All right. I think we just actually want to kill them fast with this matchup. Confidant gets a little better on the play. What did we see? We didn't see any. We didn't see any graveyard hate. Young Pyromancer's decent. Actually, he's playing Young Pyromancer. So it's not the prowess version. I'll try this. I think Dark Confidant's too bad. It deals damage to you, and they can just bolt it with a million bolts, and Young Pyromancer can potentially just leave some blockers back at the very worst, or usually. This hand's pretty good. Again, this hand, really hoping to not see any cages on his side, because our hand is quite good. Quite good, but these lands, not really what we're looking for. He's playing Wasteland, though. I think I'm going to bottom this Young Pyromancer and top this in case he Wastelands me. Delver, it's a good one. This is the awkward thing is, so here if he dazes, he just doesn't have anything. I think we win. I guess we want this ponder to, we want our ponder to resolve. What could he find off his ponder? A bunch of bolts? So if he had dazed the Thoughtseize, then we would not pay for it because we want to just cast Buried Alive. If he had dazed the Dark Ritual, that's the best way to interact there for him. It makes things very awkward because you pay and then you Buried Alive, but you don't have a third spell. Right on time. Okay. It's weird he played out that Wasteland before pondering, because now he's just dead. Unless he has Echoing Truth or something like that. He didn't shuffle. It's also strange. It's like, what? I always wonder about the not shuffling thing, because it seems like he's probably dead. Bottom. Top. Could have topped the Brainstorm, but we already have a cantrip, and I think he's dead. Here we'll just name Surgical, then Ponder. Actually, we'll name Lightning Bolt. And we attack. And he's now dead on board. With a few outs, yeah. All right, cool. Be back for the third round.